What's going on YouTube? It's Anthony here, and I'm in my shop today instead of the wood yard, and I'm gonna light my stove up for the first time this year. And I still need to clean the chimney, but that'll get done shortly. And it's a little chilly in here, and I gotta work on the wood splitter. The wood splitter is leaking. I just found a leak in it, and it's not something I could do. It's not a matter of one of the fittings or the Teflon tape. It's actually the flange right on the hydraulic tank. So I have to drain the fluid and get it welded. I got myself a bunch of fire starter stuff here. Brown paper bag. This stuff's really good. I'm going to open it up so it burns a little better too, so the air can pass through. I'll put that in the front. So I had to wipe the machine down so I could figure out where the leak is, because I was pretty sure it wasn't coming from the fitting. So after I let it sit for a bit, I saw the fluid coming out. And just as I thought, it's coming out from the flange, so I actually have to drain the oil and then fill it back up. But I already have a reason to drain the oil, because last year in the winter it was an extremely cold day and I was taking a splitter to rent out. And what's this piece of apple? Yeah, oh, it's gonna smell nice in here. Yeah, I just put in some rotten wood too as well. Stuff with no density. This is like a piece of sponge. But anyways, I was putting a splitter on the truck and it fell off the truck. And the splitter fell upside down. Oh, can't forget my Tim Hortons Canadian fire starter. This is the key here too. This really helps the fire going. I made a video about this actually, because people go through so many of these cups. And I was saying, recycle them by using them in the fire. There's a little bit of plastic in there, a tiny bit, just to keep the cups waterproof, but they're a really good fire starter. Anyway, so the splitter fell off the truck and it broke the hose for the pump. So I went and I bought another hose, and it was the wrong type of hose. It was a hose that had cross hatching through it, but it was just harder plastic within the plastic tubing. So I had to go and get the plastic tube that has the metal coil inside it to keep it from collapsing, because when the machine fired up, it would actually take a while to, it would work fine for a while, but then after a while the hose would collapse, and then the flow of the hydraulic fluid was so slow that the machine was operating slow. So I have to drain the oil anyway. It's getting a little smoky here. I want to keep the doors open for you guys to see. Let me move the camera. But yeah, they didn't have the type. Look at that cup go. It's going like crazy right now. Let me lay it over on this side too. But anyways, also last time I was using the machine, I broke the handle because I was throwing a piece of wood and the handle was right here, and I hit the handle and it broke the housing for one of the pins. So I had to go and buy the part, and luckily it's not the whole valve that was an issue, it was just the part. So I'm also going to change that as well. And it's going to be a little tricky to drain that oil, because the filter, or the hose, sorry, is so low down that if you drain the oil, I mean, you'd have to have a big pan, which I don't have to drain it. And I'm going to use a bucket, but I actually got some cinder blocks, and I'm going to try and put the machine up on the cinder blocks. This is probably about my 5th wood stove, and I've just been cycling through them because I'm in the scrap metal recycling business, and it's just been one coming in after the other, and I've just gone through them until I find the best one. And this one is a big unit. It doesn't look very big, this profile from the front, but I'm going to get the tape measure and we're going to measure it. Okay, well, let's start with the width first of the box. Almost 26 inch, yeah, about 25 and 3/4. 19. And the depth, that's what really makes this thing. Now obviously it's higher in the back. I don't use a log tray inside the stove because it's too cumbersome. I mean, this is a big stove, but it's more deep. It's not the tallest, but it is deep. So why have this at the front when, you know, you're trying to push everything in? It'll just get in the way. So I just leave this on top. It'll heat up and it'll radiate heat back into the room. And then I have these ceramic bricks from wood stoves that I've had before, and they're extra. So I just put them on top here for a little more heat absorption. And same thing with, I have some bricks over there that used to be up against the side of the unit, but I'm using the server fan to blow the heat around because my fan that comes with this, it actually like burnt out or something. There's something wrong with it, and it's shorting the breaker. So instead of just replacing it, I got this scrap or I got this set of fans in the scrap recycling. I only use one because it's powerful enough, it does the job. And it's 1100 CFM, both fans each being 550 CFM. So if you don't have a fan for your wood stove, definitely get one, because I've tried to heat this place with just the stove alone and it doesn't quite get to the other side of the shop. This is about 750 square feet and it just doesn't do it. So once you turn on the fan, then it really makes a difference. But let's measure the depth of this as well. 29 inch. So this is quite a big stove. And the other ones I've all been about medium size, and this is the biggest one I could get, so might as well install this because this building is not insulated right through. This is a World War II bomb assembly facility back from 1940, and this whole area is an industrial complex, and this is one of the original buildings that still exist. And there's a bunch of tunnel systems under the ground as well, and they used to make all kinds of bombs for World War II, and there was a GM factory that was across the street. And the GM factory used to build the Sherman tanks for the Americans. Okay, so here we are at the splitter. And you can see the puddle of oil that's down there. Not that one over there. That's not oil, that's actually roofing material that I tried to pour in a hole there. And I didn't realize it was draining in, so I'm gonna scrape it up. It's already dry now, so once I move this stuff out of there, I'm gonna actually scrape this up. But you can see this oil here. That's been dripping from it recently. What I did was I wiped down in all this area. You could see it's clean, and you could see the puddle is coming from, it's dripping off the edge here. And then there's the hose, and I don't know if you could see the crosshatch pattern on it, but yeah, that doesn't have the strength to stop the hose from collapsing, and you can actually see the hose is collapsed right there. And where I broke it was right here. So I threw that piece of wood and I hit this. It was like this, so you could see there's where the pin goes, and it sits in there like this, and I broke that edge right off. This is just a thin aluminum. This should be stronger than that. I mean, you shouldn't be hitting it with wood, but I would think it should be stronger than that. But hey, you never know when you build stuff. You can't find all the weak links, you know, all the time, right? Let's check on the fire, open up the damper. Okay, I just tossed this piece in, it's starting to go. I'm not trying to load it up too much. I'm not going to be in here too long. So I started to use this, and in the beginning it started to leak out of this top here, and I thought, geez, did I have that problem before? I couldn't remember, but I'm having that problem on the other one, so I don't want to have that twice around. Then because I rent my log splitter to people, you know, I don't want leaking oil in the driveway and stuff, right? So let me get that part and then I'll put this back on. Okay, so this got an assortment of parts here. I don't need the extra screws. There's an O-ring, and I don't know what this is. Is this like a spacer for preventing the action or something like that? I don't know what it's for. If you guys know, then tell me. But I also went to this store, which is called Princess China, and I guess it's equivalent to your Harbor Freight in the United States. And that same top cap, this cap over here, I bought one that's from another unit, and I'm going to test it on the other one because that other one's really leaking badly. So I'm going to see if this one fits on it. And then I bought some Teflon tape just in case I had to change the actual valve, but I never did buy the whole valve. So anyways, leave those for now, and let's get into this. Okay, I got one of these screws out. It was a little loose already. This piece is kind of in the way here, and there we go. I've got a rag here too, just in case it gets a little oily. I hate getting oily. I've done that before plenty of times. I've changed diff fluid and differentials. I've done oil changes. I've done oil pan gaskets. I've done mechanical work. Nothing crazy. I would never try and rebuild an engine. I used to part out trucks too. I parted out about 15 4Runners back in the day. And I just don't like getting oily and greasy anymore. I'd rather just take my vehicle to the mechanic, they figure it out, and I don't run into problems. And I go out and make money. While my vehicle is being repaired. You know, maybe I can't get out on the road, but maybe I could do some splitting in the wood yard, or I could process some scrap in the shop here. Oh, just popped off. Okay. Alright, looks like nothing to it. There's that metal ring in there. And this is a quick change. Okay, this has been put on wrong. So I have to pop these clips off and drop the pin in the other way. Okay, that's that. It's put in there wrong. So hopefully let's hope I got it on the right angle now. Okay, that looks good. Just pop these in to hold it in place first. And we'll get that other pin. It's not cross-threaded like Joe from Joe's Premium Firewood videos says. Yeah, there we go. Throttle, choke, pull. Good enough. Okay, that's all done. So, next stage, drain the oil, weld this flange here, and then change the hose, and then top up the oil again, and then we're good to go. Okay, so I have some bits for the scrapyard, probably a whole 10 cents worth, but whenever I just throw it in the bins, it all adds up. Not much of a return on investment, you know? Whatever, machine's back in action, so that's the real return, right? As for the hose, I'm gonna try and get that adapter tomorrow. I might have to build one, get some wires and actually put one together, and then I can get my welding stuff out. It's actually buried. Let me see. Ooh, it's buried in there. I got snow blowers, I got a kebab grill. Ooh, it's buried in there. I got 4 snow blowers, I gotta sell one of them. Then I gotta take the other 3 for maintenance, and then I'll sell those. And then I might keep one because I might do some snow plowing for people this year. I might keep one of them and do some repair. I might keep one machine and do some snow removal for people this winter if I don't get much work, because it's been pretty slow lately, so we'll see. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. So that's about it for now, and I'll try and do the whole shop tour thing where I do inside and outside along with the tunnel. So hopefully that happens before it gets too cold and snowy and everything. I got ladders in here. I guess I could bring one with me in the truck and then go down the tunnel. This ladder might not be long enough, and it's pretty dodgy to go down there because I know some people who went down there, and one of them got injured trying to go down because like all the stuff that they had to step on, it was like all like precarious, and then somebody fell and injured themselves somewhat. So yeah, we'll see what we can do. Anyways, I'll go scout it out first and then try and do a video after that, after I get an assessment of what's the situation there. Hopefully it's not blocked up. It's been open for 81 years. But in this day and age, everything gets more restrictions, and you can't go here and you can't do this and you can't get access to that. So we'll see. But anyways, for now, see you next time. Like, subscribe, share, comment, and all that good stuff.